programs. Eric is back, and Eric, what's on?
It's on like Tron.
Once again, so soon after the last one, we got a ton of new Tron news to share with you. And you sent me a link a couple days ago. The worldwide leader in Disney parks news. What am I
Go with
looking
that.
at here? Wow? Is it? I don't even know what this
WDW?
website.
Yeah,
WDW. Like, so yeah, a ton of Tron news has dropped, and we're just going to go through all of this new Tron merch that's coming out. What really blew me away is some of the prices of these things.
Yeah.
So we've got Tron apparel, clothing. Purchases limited to 2 per item. So they don't want it to, I mean, how much would it suck if you flew down there for a lot of the stuff? But I mean, you know, for a major reason for Tron, and then, sorry, we're sold out of Tron light up jackets.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of that secondary market with this stuff too. There's all sorts of even legit websites that buy stuff up there, then resell it and elsewhere. So,
yeah, and that's a case by case basis. Normally, I hate scalping and just don't want to support it. But I don't know. There's certain instances where, well, let's go through these and see if some of the prices are justified, and maybe I think some of them are undercharged. I'd pay a lot more for some of these things. So let's take a look at the first one here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to agree. I think there's some things that are downright reasonable.
That's unusual.
I know, at Disney Park, right?
We slipped through a time warp or something. Is Walt back in charge?
It's 1983 prices.
So Thrill of the Race t-shirt. Oof, $44.99 US prices for a t-shirt.
That's a little excessive.
What's the deal? I was just talking about how some of them are reasonable, and that's what does it do? It does
yeah, I was trying to figure that one out too. I don't know. Is it just because there's like inset stitching on the yellow bits or something? I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I get it now. It's I think it's like a sports thing, isn't it?
Okay.
You know, with I don't know, some of those sports things. First time I ever saw like an Under Armour t-shirt. I went, what the hell are you thinking? And then when I actually bought one, I realized, I mean, this will last 5 or 10 years.
Yeah,
it's just the quality of the stitch. Tank top for $26.99.
It's not awful. It's a good, cool design.
Yeah, US price, and that's a legacy cycle, but it kind of harkens back to the original film style of artwork, just with a simple grid anyway. And
well, it's nice too because it does look like they pulled a lot of retro style in a lot of these things too. It's even if it's the modern stuff, it is very much a nostalgic looking shirt.
Are you surprised to see how much of the original film is kind of interspersed with all this merch, and it's not just legacy?
Yeah, actually a little bit. It's I don't know. It's almost like maybe Tron's kind of getting its due. It's always had kind of a cult following, but I think maybe it's kind of back in the public lexicon a little bit. You know, it's kind of one of those popular things to like now. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if it has something to do. Like we said in the last chat, we both said it'll probably always be niche. Tron will probably never be something they want it to catch fire, but it probably never will. But I think now that people are, you know, the cell phone is glued to their hand and they're kind of in a way in the grid. The internet is the grid, right? They can relate to it a little bit more.
Well, I think it's interesting that Disney is starting to dump a lot of money into Tron with the ride and it's like there's a lot of push behind it now, and it makes you wonder if they're looking at all of their properties in terms of, you know, what they can do and what they can start scraping some more money off of next. So
yeah, maybe
Tron's the next big thing.
I was surprised a few years ago when they first announced that ride. Is it the Disney World in Singapore?
Yeah, I think it's Singapore. Yeah.
And when you hear that, like the first thing you think that's the beginning of something, right? They're testing waters. And so when I heard that, I was like, well, that's the beginnings right there. They're going to roll it out into the Disney parks next. And then there's going to be a big movie and then maybe a new show. And so we're seeing it all unfold the way I'm sure they planned and hoped for.
I'd be interested too, and I don't know how Tron Legacy performed worldwide. I think it did okay pretty much everywhere, but in some of the Asian countries, I don't know if it did a lot stronger. I know like China is such a huge market now that that you see a lot of push for movies there. So I don't know, maybe it was similar. Maybe it did just really, really well in Singapore, and they decided to put the ride there. Who knows?
Youth T-shirt, $31.99.
That's a little pricey.
Yeah, a little high. I mean, nothing against the shirt. It's hey, check out that neck.
That's interesting.
That's different. It's not necessarily Tron, but it's different. Maybe futuristic looking. Long sleeve Lightcycle T-shirt. Again, very retro looking.
Yeah,
it's weird to see all this legacy stuff with a retro '80s look to it.
That's a shirt I think I would probably wear. That's a good one. I'd be looking at that if I was at the park.
Yeah, very cool. Kind of reminds me of Sam Flynn's merch in when he was a kid.
Yeah.
So he had this merch that never existed, and it's like, wow, that looks retro, even though it's from the new movie. Ball cap, $30. You can charge whatever you want for a ball cap.
Yeah, basically. Actually, as far as ball caps go, that's pretty reasonable, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, right? With the light trail, live to race again. Wow, everything we've seen so far is more retro feeling than 2000 teens feeling, which is where Legacy was concocted.
And embroidered even. So it's not even just printed. It's
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Now that is the original Tron logo, right?
I think it's kind of an amalgam of the two, right? Because it's the new one has the that T with the little that blends into the R, right? I think so. I think it's a little bit of a mix.
Slap bracelet, $13.
That's a Disney price.
What is it? Is it plastic?
You know those things that they're like, it's almost like a tape measure, and you slap it and it curls around your arm. Yeah, I think that's what that is.
It's kind of a niche thing. Maybe if you're got your hands in front of a camera a lot, almost like a camera model or a product.
Yeah.
Type of that might end up on the wrist of someone who does something like that. But otherwise, I really don't see. You better.
Yeah.
I think
I could kind of see one of those if they had one with an original Lightcycle. I might be interested in that.
Yeah, Live to Race.
I like the new ones, but I do like the original Lightcycle. That's kind of a cherished thing for me.
It looks like this is the new logo they're sticking with. Live to Race.
Yeah,
wouldn't be surprised if that's the name of the new movie. The subtitle of it, anyway. That looks like it might move. The Lightcycle.
I think it does.
Like on Price is Right, the yodeling guy. Yodel. Now that's a cool gimmick, actually. Going back to that price, if it has that moving gimmick to it, which it looks like it does.
I think so. Yeah, actually, come to think of it, I didn't see it before.
I wonder if the description, slider.
Certainly looks like it.
It's amazing what happens when you read. So and there's a little slider right there.
Back and forth, yeah. It's kind of cool. And which color would you go for?
Oh, that's a tough one. Orange is my favorite, but it's not really a color that is significant to any of the movies.
Yeah.
The Clue cycle, I love it.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
The cycle Sam rode is just one of the crap cycles they give the victims of the games, right? So I don't really, really fondly think of Sam's blue cycle, but Clue's is awesome. I had the toy Legacy Clue Lightcycle, and it's ever so slightly different from Sam's, but it's cool.
Yeah.
White one would be cool, like the Kevin Flynn retro one from Legacy.
Yeah. If they had the white one with the white retro styled cycle, I think I'd go for that
with the cover on it.
Yeah.
Red's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Keychain, $15. But you do get a little. You get a little. Was it pewter?
Something like that.
Translucent Tron Lightcycle Run charm. It's translucent. Parts of it are. Looks like.
Yeah. That's kind of neat looking.
If you don't have enough crap hanging from your keychain, then I've had a TCB hanging off my keychain for years, thanks to Adam from Memphis, and that's and a Swiss Army knife. That's about all the gear I need hanging off mine. But
I've got that Autobot symbol that came in that pack with the Funko pack that you sent me. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I got that on there.
Lunchbox. Yeah, cool. I've got the ornaments of the Lightcycle that light up. Those are fantastic. They've never been on my tree. They just sit in front of my that awesome Tron Blu-ray disc box set. Literally disc set. Like it's a Tron disc that holds them all. So I'm an easy pass on that one. Light up keychain. Didn't we just do that?
I think it's another style, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, so this one lights up.
Bigger one, perhaps.
$15. I mean, look at the size of that hand, and that.
Yeah, that's big.
That's not a keychain. That's a
light. Yeah,
that's a toy.
Yeah, that looks like, you know what it looks like it's supposed to be is like because it's got the I forget what those little clips are called. That looks like something you'd put on a backpack or something.
Yeah, yeah. It lights up. I mean, as soon as any Tron merch lights up, I'm doing one of these.
Yeah,
brushing my hand on my face for those who can't see me. But priced at $15. I mean, we've got to adjust to the current prices of today, where everything seems like $5 more than it should be based on old pricing.
Yeah.
So again, we're still looking at typical Disney prices here. This is one of the ones that surprised me. Light up Sam Flynn replica helmet.
Yes,
$60 darn.
That's one of these, I hate to say, seems pretty reasonable, and even it looks good enough to where if it wasn't perfect, I bet you could hit it with some, gloss black and a clear coat or something like that, and make it look really good, easy. So
this is it's a bike helmet, right? I doubt you could wear this on a motorcycle.
I think I want to say that I even saw a close-up of a sticker somewhere saying "Caution, not a safety device."
Oh, okay.
So I think it's purely a costume,
cosplay.
Yeah,
that's
in fact, that might even be the sticker on that page where it says something about it says something about caution. This is not a safety protective device.
Oh, drag.
I know, right?
That would be so, cosplay and practical, something that you can actually use while you're biking, or hey, even walking around in Canada, we got black ice. So I'd throw that on there. Bummer, because it doesn't really look like Sam's helmet.
Yeah.
And if it's not actually functional, why bother?
Yeah, I have to admit though, this looks cool enough. I'd probably look at this, give this an extended look before I left the park. I'd be tempted by this because I think you could dress this up fairly easy and make it look spot on.
Yeah,
polish the clear plastic a little bit more. Maybe rig some better LEDs up. I don't know what it looks like lit up.
Oh, it lights up.
It does look like the one where I think he's wearing when he's doing the disc battles, right?
The
clear piece that comes over, right?
Yeah. The games.
Yeah,
I'd love a Rinsler. I'd be like an instant. If it was Rinsler, I'd be an instant buy. They did a Rinsler helmet some years back, like a really high end one, and I was tempted. Like no Rinsler jacket or pants or just the helmet. Ooh, that's a tough one. That's such a cool helmet. Put a little speaker in there, or even just on your phone, have that Rinsler broken or the failing hard drive sound that they gave Rinsler in the movie, the purr, the hard drive purr, which is actually the sound, if you never heard the sound Rinsler makes in the movie, it's like a bad hard drive.
That's a great touch.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
The grinding. Light up replica jacket, $100. This is another one that really surprised me.
Yeah, that was one that I saw, and I thought, you know what, that's not a horrible price. I think that looks like the Cora version, right? With the sleeves and the
shoulders are exposed
shoulders and everything. Yeah, that's got to be the ladies version, I think.
Yeah.
This
disc on the back. It's just the fact that it lights up is pretty impressive, because when the last slew of Tron merch came out for Legacy, very, very little of it, if any, clothing actually lit up. All they used was reflective tape.
Yeah, yeah.
On it. And I think a lot of the costumes in the movie use a lot of reflective material as well. They might have lit up a bit, but they were using reflective material to kind of cheat the light up effect. Try me, I light up. So we got decorative helmet bag. Helmet bag for $50.
Oof. That's where they're making up their money.
We're getting really deep in the grid weeds here. A helmet bag.
Yeah.
Is the underwear far behind? Are those Tron shoes like that? I'm surprised to see a Tron helmet bag. I didn't think there would be a demand for that.
Yeah.
Would you put your helmet in a Tron helmet bag?
I mean, unless I was intent on keeping that Sam Flynn helmet on, I can't think of a helmet I'd put on there. I have Captain America back here, and that's on a mannequin head.
Tron. Okay, now we're talking. So this is for a bicycle.
This is interesting. Yeah. I can't tell. It looks almost like this is some sort of a game or something, right? Lightcycle handlebars. I think that's got to be some sort of like a little sound. Yeah, handheld game. Yeah.
Bummer.
It's one of those old style, like old Mattel or Milton Bradley electronic game kind of things. It looks like.
Right.
That's interesting. I'd be curious to see what that actually does.
There are buttons on the front, and you can turn the bars to play. Oh, I was hoping that was something you could stick on your bike, but so far they don't want anything deemed legally safe or anything that they would be held liable for put on your bike. It's too bad because I'm working on History of Centurions right now, and after all the toys, I'm getting into a little bit of the other licensed stuff, and a lot of it was bike peripherals. A lot of it's horns and lights and stuff you stick on your bike. And it makes me wonder if companies shy away from that today because they just don't want to deal with someone falling off their bike and suing the company's pants off. Yeah. Whereas back in the 80s, if you fell off your bike, suing was not your first thought or even your 100th thought. It was just picking the sand out of your knees and your parents yelling at you and saying, be more careful.
Do you remember they used to make those bike horns that had like the little speaker and the little and you could talk through? Do you remember those?
No.
Oh yeah, and they'd make sound effects, and it had like it was literally like a megaphone, like a miniature. It was like yay big, and you bolt it on your bike, and it had like a little.
So you had to take your hand
handle. Yeah, so you could talk through it and amplify, you could make noises like sirens and stuff.
So you had to take one hand off a handlebar to.
That was the idea.
That sounds like the 80s.
That's how we rolled back then, man.
I'm surprised there wasn't one that required two-hand operation on a bicycle. Learn to ride without your hands. Okay, so a handheld game for $60, I guess by today's standards, that's pretty darn good.
That's not too bad, really. Yeah, I'd be curious. I'd be really curious to see what that does.
I mean, there's no light up. Is there a screen in there?
I can't. Maybe it projects or something. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
I don't know. It's quite intriguing, and you don't see very many intriguing handheld games these days. So
yeah,
there's that. Sam Flynn Identity Disc Chip, $15.
Now, these I thought were interesting because I'm curious how these work. If you put them in the identity disc, like the Bluetooth speaker that we haven't seen yet. I know they're selling it. But I wonder if it lights it up a different color, or almost like how the little droids at Galaxy's Edge work, where you can put the different personality chips in them.
Okay, I wonder why Rinsler's is red. Wasn't Rinsler's color scheme orange in the movie?
I think he was. Yeah.
Clue yellow. They got that right. I don't know. The lighting might be off here. Maybe that's why. They misspelled Clue.
Did they really?
Capital C-L, capital L, capital U. I'm always, whenever I write Tron and I write capital T, small R-O-N, I always got a backspace. It's all caps. Tron. Yeah. Quora, identity disc. So yeah, I mean, they can do this all day. RAM
Mm.
and et cetera, et cetera. There's a Sam Flynn one. There's no Tron one. Once again,
That's odd. Yeah.
Tron on the back burner. The whole thing is named after him, but where's the Tron disc? It gets a little confusing after a while. Now, when you say Tron, do you mean Tron the guy or Tron the property? That happened in Legacy because they named the city Tron, right? The city's Tron City. And then you got the dude Tron, and it's like, which Tron are you talking about?
Yeah, yeah. And I was always unclear exactly how in Tron Uprising, well, that was a sequel to Legacy, right? Or was that a prequel?
Prequel. It takes place.
It was a prequel. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It throws you off because Uprising starts with him injured, which is the injury is, you see the time jumps around a bit. He's injured in Uprising the show, which occurs in a flash. They show you in a flashback in Legacy how he got injured.
Gotcha.
It's Kluk carving him up. So those are the injuries that he has in Uprising. But then what threw me off is he gets healed at the end of Uprising. Okay, so he's fine, but somewhere in between him being healed and Legacy, he gets carved up again.
Yeah, yeah.
So that with that missing second season would have really nicely explained that.
I'm going to need to go back and watch that because I'm pretty sure there are some episodes of that I didn't see, and it's on Disney Plus again.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. The last time you said they pulled it, I'm like, why would you?
Yeah. It was for like a year. It was gone. It was there for a long time. And the weird thing is that it was actually hard to find. It was almost like they buried it on purpose. You had to actually search. You couldn't even just search Tron. It would
Shadow Bandit.
You'd have to put Tron Uprising.
Did it vote for Trump? It was Shadow Bandit. It was in the vault. That's been their strategy for decades. Pull it, make people miss it. How can we miss you if you never leave? So we got the Identity Disc backpack for $55. I'm a backpack guy, so
that's a lot. And I don't know. It's just some little backpack. It's not even like a Loungefly or anything like that.
That won't work for anything.
Yeah.
A laptop will barely fit in there.
Yeah.
That's too bad because I mean, a Tron backpack would rock if it was like a hiking backpack, just a big old thing.
Yeah, with some really nice trim and stuff for sure.
Yeah, especially like this hard disk part where you could put in, I don't know, water. It could be insulated or food or something. We're going really deep here, playing a camping trip with all Tron hiking.
Tron themed camping trip.
Can you believe that? Yeah. With the grid LEEL wires all around the camper.
Light up tent.
I think you guys have missed the point of camping. Identity. So price wise,
I think that's somewhat reasonable for what it does. I mean, it's a little bit chinsy feeling backpack, or at least maybe it's not. Maybe it feels really nice. I don't know, but it's got like the little thing to connect the disc on it and everything. I could kind of see that. It feels a little expensive, maybe.
Yeah. As far as Disney parks prices go, I don't think it's on the more obscene side that they've been guilty of. Identity Disc Bluetooth speaker. Now we're talking.
Yeah, this is one of the things I would be looking at pretty closely.
So there's the disc we saw earlier,
and the chips. So I don't know what that does, but that could be cool.
So that's why it's clear like that. It goes in the middle, so that you still sort of have that empty center sort of feel to a disc.
Interesting.
So
when it does, it looks like it just kind of clips in there, doesn't it?
Yeah. Lights change color when identity chip is inserted into identity disc. So depending on who you're putting in there, it'll change motion activated lights and sounds, interacts with identity chips, Bluetooth speakers. As soon as it's some kind of tech, I mean, that looks cheap to me, that price for what this is.
Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable. I don't know how great the Bluetooth speaker is or anything like that, but that wouldn't be why I would buy that anyway. So
even the cheapest, crappiest Bluetooth speaker from China on eBay doesn't sound half bad. Like I just bought a set of speakers for like a monitor I got to edit on, and the monitor had a built-in speaker, which is a big reason why I got it, right? Oh, great, built-in speaker. It's terrible. Like the speaker in the monitor was absolutely horrible.
Yeah,
it's technically a speaker, But for editing, it just won't cut it. So I bought the cheapest pair of speakers off of Amazon. I think they were $20, and they sound pretty darn good. Obviously,
Yeah.
not $200, $500 surround sound quality, but for $20, it's like, yeah, I mean, the exact same thing 20 years ago would have been $200 easily.
Yeah, the audio technology, I mean, you know, in terms, even just with good speakers, the size of them is just astonishing now. It's like you can get incredible sound out of just something so small.
So this is a disc, basically. If you want a replica disc, we were talking a little bit about the discs they put out for Legacy last time, and I sold all mine because they were crap. And so this is a disc, and it lights up. And even more than that, it plays music. You can play some Daft Punk on there. So
yeah, I think I'd be coming home with this. Yeah,
not a bad deal. Again, things change. Things change when you get things in your hand. Sometimes something you were an easy pass on, you get it in your hand and you go, oh no, or you know, oh yes. It all depends. But
yeah.
If you're buying from a distance, like from Shop Disney Shop, whatever it's called online. It seems like a
I'll be watching. I'll be really curious to see if any of this pops up on Shop Disney.
Hey, check that out. It connects to the backpack and can interact. It clips into the backpack.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Darn it. So now all of a sudden the backpack isn't just this chintzy, crappy backpack that does so little. It's the Bluetooth speaker holder. Oh man, how much was that again? Right. Yeah,
come home and set.
Man, that's cool. That's one of the cool parts about Tron, the ability to disengage it from your back and pull it. I don't know if you can reach it on your back.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's high up enough. I don't know.
But the interactivity is quite cool. Lightcycle color changing diecast vehicle. Okay, $20.
I think that looks pretty cool to me. I would be looking at that one too.
So when they say color changing, is that light up?
It must be. Yeah, you must be able to light it. I wonder if you can light it like white, blue, and red, or something, or yellow, or whatever. That would make sense.
Seems pretty cheap for diecast, something that lights up. Although those little Jada, about the same size, I think, are $10 at Walmart. So add an extra for the electronics. Not bad. Light jet diecast vehicle, $20.
That's interesting. Yeah.
So some legacy stuff here. Still no vintage Tron merch yet. Remote control Tron Lightcycle, $70.
Yeah, that seems a little on the expensive side to me.
And the bike kind of looks like not good.
Yeah, it looks, unless it's, I don't know, maybe it's supposed to look exactly like the ride and not necessarily the Lightcycle in the movie. I don't know.
It kind of reminds me of that Street Hawk toy that Kenner put out in the 80s.
I don't remember that, but I'm gonna have to look for that. I loved Street Hawk when I was a kid. Oh god, that was a great show.
It might be the only piece of Street Hawk merch ever made.
Yeah, there was just precious little for that.
Lightcycle tumbler, $25.
Yeah, that's. I think it's a little expensive, but it's cool. I would be thinking about that one.
As soon as booze are involved, though, it just doesn't matter. Like some people, if they love Tron and they love drinking, they'd probably pay a lot more than that.
Yeah,
for it.
I could even think that looks almost like one of those, like a coffee mug. I use those plastic coffee mugs out in the shop all the time.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, what is this around it? Isn't that for like a hot beverage? So you don't.
It might be.
Tumbler is dark blue with 4 teams, black silicone grip.
There you go.
So
disc shaped lettering.
Yeah. Price $25. It's fine.
Oh yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
Racing Team Magnet, $12.
Well, and of course, that's those are one of the things I collect. I'd think about that one for $12. That's like £8. Yeah, I'd think about that one.
Here's why I'm a pass. Tron is the opportunity when you're doing Tron merch, you don't just slap the Tron logo on it and say, "There, we did some Tron stuff. Job well done, folks." It's Tron. Why isn't this magnet lighting up? That should be the if you can squeeze that gimmick in somehow, that should be it. If not light up, then glow in the dark. So
I agree there. That it should be that there should be some glow in the dark on that. Yeah, 100%.
Orange and blue lights up, so it doesn't look like it lights up. What's the price? $12?
That's on the fence.
That's a Disney theme park price, right?
Yeah,
there. Yeah. Rubber patch, $10.
I don't even know what would you do with that.
It's a ride with Ride's logo. Rubber patch. I guess sew it into your jacket, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I know like one of the big Disney things is the pins. You know, like people trade the pins back and forth. And I was thinking maybe if it was, I don't know, maybe there's a similar like patch trading group or something. I don't know. I'll have to ask Carla. She knows all about that Disney stuff.
Back to the arcade. Oh, now we're cooking.
That I'd be looking at for sure. Yeah, that's $50. Cool. Yeah, and that's a little more my style of the amount of stuff I like on a like branded stuff.
Yeah, more subtle. Collection is all retro, including the white hoodie with a faded disc design and Tron across the bottom. Blue T-shirt, $40. $40 US is pretty steep.
That's a lot. Yeah, that'd probably be a pass for me. I don't like the shirt enough that I'd spend that.
What does it do? Soon as the price is too high, as soon as the price is too high for me, I ask, okay, what does it do? I'm not an instant no, but what does it do? Yeah. Orange ringer tee, $40. What does it do?
yeah.
That's we're getting into the typical theme park prices here.
Interesting, a little loud maybe. If it didn't have all the little disc designs all over it, it looks like a Christmas shirt to me.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I mean, it's cool to see some of Flynn's Arcade get some merch, but easy pass, $40.
Yeah, I think so too.
T-shirt is a no. Pullover.
It's interesting. It's expensive, but it's interesting.
No, I wouldn't drop that much on a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Whew.
40 for tees. Oof.
I mean, you look at the backpack and the Bluetooth speaker and the helmet, and then you see these prices. I'm like, these prices are not consistent. Those hats on the side there look cool though.
Yeah, the hats look interesting.
So this one looks like, does it glow in the dark? There's a little
perhaps.
No. Usually when I see the sticker, it means it glows in the dark, but I don't think it does.
Corner of Washington and Boulevard.
Ooh.
I wonder if that's the actual location where they filmed it in Los Angeles. It might be.
The building. It's still there.
Yeah.
On one of the Tron fan groups, someone snapped a picture of the building, and it's there. It's like Hook and Ladder 8 or whatever it was in the Ghostbusters movie. It's still there.
Yeah.
It's funny how these locations have become pilgrimage points for people. It used to be go to Jerusalem, to see where Christ was crucified. And now it's like, we got to go to Flynn's Arcade. We got to go to Ghostbusters Firehouse. We got to go to Detroit for RoboCop, which is really ironic because they filmed it in Houston.
Yeah.
So Weller's like, we didn't even film it in Detroit.
Or the Goonies house in Astoria. That's another big one.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever heard of that one? They have a sign out saying we appreciate all Goonies, but please don't come to the front porch or something like that.
You gotta wonder about some of those houses, like the Tanner's house in San Francisco. It's like, please leave us alone. Or the is it John Waters Films? Was that his name? Breakfast Club and
God, not John Waters. John Hughes.
John Hughes, sorry, yeah. John Hughes. Yeah, I think he
uses
the house a lot of times.
All of those, the houses are real, but all of his movies take place in the fictional suburb in Illinois. Yeah.
Let's see, more Tron Space Paranoids.
That's kind of cool.
Now, it would be cool to see some like heavy Space Paranoids game merch come out, like a over the top, like big budget Space Paranoids game, like the new 2023 remake starring Kiefer Sutherland and whatever, like just go crazy and not have it called Tron at all, just like Space Paranoids.
Yeah,
Space Paranoids figures, toys, and stuff like that.
Well, one of the ones, I mean, and it's along the same lines as Tron, because it's one of the first movies that used CGI in the movie. But you remember Last Starfighter, right?
Yeah.
Okay, why? I think somebody's done a fan game of that, but why they haven't done a downloadable release for like PS4 of Last Starfighter? It's like, where is this? It's like somebody must have thought of making that.
So these T-shirts. Okay, we're getting into the hats now. Is that embroidered? That looks fantastic. I think it is.
Yeah, that's actually that's a nice hat.
Beautiful.
I like
Top
that.
Score Club. And that's especially cool. I was just saying, like, give me a Space Paranoids game or something with no Tron stuff plastered all over. There's no Tron anywhere on this. This is just Flynn's Top Score Club.
I like stuff like that where you have to know what it is to get it and appreciate it. Like I had the Harry Potter parks are great and all that stuff, but there's not that much. I mean, most of the merchandise is kind of like in world, but I had a mug that was my favorite mug for years. It was a Zonko's Joke Shop mug. And you don't know what that is unless you've read the books and everything like that. And I love that mug. And it's, of course, every time I have a favorite mug, it gets broken. So
yeah, it's a lot harder to find stuff. There's a score on the back there, 999999.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's rare these days. When I was growing up, big nerd, and I could wear, and I had to make some of my own nerd merch because it wasn't all that readily available. There was no internet to order it off.
Yeah.
I remember making a They Live t-shirt one time with in school in art class. We were doing prints and stuff, so I made a t-shirt that said "They live, we sleep" in the style of spray paint, which is funny. Cool. I could have made it with a spray paint can in like 10 seconds, but I did this like painted print silk screen press t-shirt, and no one got it. They were like, what does that mean? What does that even mean? Like sleep? What were you sleeping through class or something? I'm like, no, man, They Live, Roddy Piper. It's like no one got it. And these days, if you wear a t-shirt that says "They Live, we sleep," there's quite a few people who will at least know what you're referencing. I think still Flynn's Arcade. I think if quite a few people would see that and not realize what that is actually, they would think, oh, classic arcade, right?
Yeah.
A lot of towns had an arcade just named Flynn's. Kitchener did, town I grew up in. Did you in your town have a Flynn's?
We did not. No, we had the arcade where I grew up was called Supercade.
Oh, Supercade.
Yep, that was what it was called. We spent many a whole Saturday. There was that, and there was the Mine Shaft. Those are the two big arcades.
Hey, for the 14 Tron fans listening to this, if you had a Flynn's Arcade in your hometown, in the comments, let us know and what town, what country you're in. I'm interested to know how many Flynn's Arcades were out there. Because I'm thinking if there was one in old Kitchener down the road from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, there's probably quite a few of them. Arcade cabinet backpack. Ooh.
Interesting.
Looks like the old cabinet.
Yeah.
$50.
Not $50. Interesting, but interesting.
It's
not
good,
for me.
It's good to see her again. That old cabinet. I mean,
look at that shirt. I don't think it's that Flynn shirt that's to the left there. I don't think it's spotlight. That would be along the lines of a shirt I'd get. Or is that the same Flynn's
that we saw earlier?
There. Oh, it might be that one.
It's the same one.
It might be that one. Yeah.
I've got a pair actually from when Legacy came out, an orange and a black one, and they just say Flynn Lives. So nice. Very similar style. Yeah. And again, that's another one that most people who see it, they're like, what does that even mean? Flynn Lives? Who's Flynn? We skipped one here. Lightcycle pin, $12 pins and rubber patches and stuff. I don't really care, but sometimes a nice thing you can throw in a little gift package for a person.
It's kind of cool. Yeah.
Tron wall sign. If you can't have the cabinet,
that's really cool.
Beautiful.
And I really like it. $70 though.
Does it light up?
I don't know.
It better. What does it do?
Blue lettering with, yeah. I mean,
Oh.
oh,
If it lit up easily,
yeah.
if it doesn't light up, what's the point? Because
If it was like a marquee like an arcade marquee, yeah, that would almost be. I'd buy that on eBay right now.
I would hope that's see-through, or that you could just throw a light behind it, even a lamp. But
Yeah,
it
it
doesn't look
just
like it is. It looks
I
solid.
can't. Yeah, I can't tell. It doesn't quite. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's metal. I don't know. I can't tell. I don't know. It's got to be somewhat of a premium or something. If it just says some cheap plastic sign,
Yeah,
nobody's gonna buy that.
yeah. We're along the right path there, but not quite. Flynn's patch,
Yeah.
$10. Okay, another patch.
Yeah, somebody like that. I
Flynn's,
do like the magnet set.
there we go.
I do like that magnet set.
There we go. I'm getting into the 82 stuff here. Got a recognizer there. Nice. Still don't light up, but what are you going to do?
Oh, light a magnet. Oh, that's cool.
And you shall receive. It's the quarter.
That's cool.
Nice. Again,
that's the magnet I would buy right there. That's the one I'd get.
I like this idea. I'd never thought of it before, but we talked about last time, if I had one of those 1-up arcade cabinets, it would be the Tron cabinet, and it wouldn't be to play Tron. It would be to just sit there and be a Tron cabinet with the sounds and stuff, atmosphere, right? Decoration. Can't happen. It's just not enough space, and it's not worth the money for what it is. But that sign was the beginning of it. Like, ooh, you could have a piece of it though, and the little coin return, man. That pulls on the sentimental heartstrings right there. Pop so many quarters in a coin thing. That's a cool idea.
Yeah, I like that one.
I wonder if you can actually put a quarter in there. You would think you'd be able to wedge one in there, right? Or
that would be kind of cool.
Yeah. We should be working for these guys. Hey.
Yeah. We'll be the idea farm.
And you know what? Make it $3.99. You guys are both fired.
Yeah.
So that's a yes on both of us. Yeah. $15, sure. If it lights up, yeah. Cool. It would be a loonie here in Canada, though. It wouldn't be 25 cents. It'd be a $1 coin. Flynn's keychain, $15.
Interesting, but that'd be a pass for me.
If you need more crap hanging off your keychain.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, look at that Flynn sign with the sharp edges too, right?
Ooh.
That doesn't look like it'd be very comfortable in the pocket.
Yeah.
Sit on that one wrong and you're gonna feel it.
Yeah. Lightcycle tumbler.
Interesting.
It looks like a 7-Eleven Slurpee cup.
Yeah.
How's that a tumbler?
Like, I don't know if it turns. Do they go around? Oh, they race under. Do they move?
They gotta.
Interesting.
They gotta. The grid and light cycles are pictured on the side.
Looks like it. Looks like they move. Maybe it's one of those where when you turn it different way, it moves.
You shake it, and they race as you shake your protein.
That's interesting.
Your protein.
I'd think about that. Yeah, I'd think about that. It's not very big though. 14 ounces. That's not a very big cup.
No. Interesting. That was $28.
That'd be a pass for me then.
Mug.
Now this, I'd think about this. That's kind of cool.
Greetings programs. I mean, it's nice that it's not just printed on. There's some variation on NCOM.
I like that. In fact, I would even be more interested in that if it was just the NCOM logo. If it was just the NCOM, without the recognizers on the other side, I would probably even like it more.
In terms of like gimmick, I really like those mugs that change when you pour the hot beverage in. There's the Star Trek one where the crew beams from one side of the cup to the other.
That's cool.
As it gets hotter. So a Tron thing that's right up their alley. Like there should be something, like even if the dots change, or a light trail for a light cycle when you pour a hot beverage in there.
One of my favorite mugs I have right now is an Autobot symbol, and it says "Robots in Disguise" and the on the bottom. And when you put a hot beverage in, sunglasses and a mustache goes over the. It's one of my favorite mugs I have right now.
It becomes the most interesting robot in the world.
Okay,
there we go. Okay, now we're cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flynn action figure, $25 reaction. So it's officially Super 7 reaction. When we first saw these, we were thinking, is this just a Disney Parks? That would suck. And I was thinking, there's no way. It's just isn't it going on the Disney shop though?
If it is, I'll be buying it there for sure.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna have to look. And in fact, shoot, while we're talking, let me just see if any of this stuff has come up. I think a lot of times they give stuff a lead in the parks, even if it's not available right then.
Yeah. But the price, $25. I love me some Tron. I'm not the biggest original movie fan. I see these hanging at my local Toys R Us for $22, maybe 23, $22.99. I'm not sure. It's about that, $22 Canadian, 25 US for one of these. No way.
This is a real tough one for me because these are essentially the Tron figures I always wanted.
Right. So because it's your unfinished business.
Yeah.
These things.
Considering, so there's four of the carded figures, and none of them are really, except for Zark, are really the key characters. And they're 20. So that would mean just to get the set of the four, you're looking at $100.
Yeah. Which you're getting a really beautiful, like high quality, if they're going to stay with what they've been doing. Super 7's cards on these, even if the reaction figure isn't your thing, like their cards are spectacular. They're better, I'd say, than the stuff we saw in the 80s. It's harder, more rigid, colossy. They really put a lot into the packaging of it if you don't want to open it and just have it be basically a little picture hanging on your wall, a 3D poster type of thing.
So, not to change the subject, so I just looked up Tron on shop.disney.com. They do have some of the merch, and that Tron sign is light up. They have, unless it's not the same one, they've got one on here, a Tron light up sign for $69.99.
Ooh. Oh, here's the stuff we've just, so it does light up.
That's cool.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Where am I going to put this? I don't know if I'm getting any of this stuff. I'm just kidding around, but well, they say it in the movie. The game has changed. That's a brilliant idea. That's beautiful.
I am legit. I think I might have to order this and have it sent to somebody in the States. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Fantastic. So none of those figures yet, but oh my God, this hat lights up.
Oh, that's interesting.
We were just talking about why doesn't all this stuff light up? Now that's not the beautiful Lightcycle light lines.
Now that is the old logo. That's the original style logo.
It's not connected there, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. $35. So they tacked on an extra $5 to make it light up. I mean, that's the thing about Tron. It just jumps out in the real world from everything if it lights up, because your Transformers merch doesn't light up, generally speaking. Your Joe merch, your Star Wars merch, other than the lightsaber, doesn't really light up. But Tron, all of the Tron stuff could be lighting up and just standing apart from all the other stuff. Very cool. All right, getting back to these. So I wanted to ask you this question, since these are one of your dream items right here. When I was talking about the Thunder Tank recently, that I just did for Patreon, the Super 7 Thunder Tank, I was talking about the price of it. And I was saying, so the price of the Thunder Tank, is it worth the price? No. But will I get over it? Because whenever people are debating if something is worth the price or not, it's always a yes or a no, right? So I thought, wouldn't it be interesting, after debating with yourself and with other people whether something is worth the price, if you followed that question up with, will you get over it? So my answer to myself of, will I get over the fact that the Thunder Tank is overpriced? Yes. Oh, yes, I will. Absolutely, I will. So I got, the amount of money that I think it's worth, and then the amount of money that I think I'm losing out on, I will get over that. I'll eat that because it's pretty darn cool. So these figures being $25 each, they're overpriced. $100 for 4. If you don't think that's worth it, are you going to get over it?
I think I would get over it. The figures, I think I would get over.
Yeah, especially since it's the old Tomy style, but movie accurate, which has never been done before.
Exactly.
But looks like the old Tomy 5 POA. So I think, like a lot of old school Tron fans will be like you. They'll be like, well, that sucks. I'm not happy about it, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over it.
If they were $29.99, that would be just over the edge for me, nah. But at 24, like you said, you'll tend to see these in like, Toys R Us or whatever. These reaction figures for like $19.99, maybe sometimes less. I've seen them on clearance for pretty cheap. But yeah, I think $24.99. I don't think I wouldn't be happy about it, but I'd be like, I got to get these.
I think you get to the point with toy collecting where you start to feel like you're wading into deeper waters. Then, the whole point is that it's affordable. It's bang for your buck. And when I started to buy some of the higher price 6 scale, 12-inch figures, I love them, but it gets to the point where it's like, now I'm starting to get really far from shore here. The shore of affordable toy collecting, the days of $3 Joes. And when you're dropping $150, $200, $300 on a Hot Toys, it's like, this is not a toy. This is like an actually like a very like valuable piece of art, collectible that kind of the enjoyment lessens because you can't really mess around with it and drop it like you can anything that's in this room right now.
Yeah, I'd have to really think about this too because I'm an unboxer. So if I was buying these and I was going to leave them in the package, and I'd probably feel less ashamed about paying $25 a pop for them. Taking them out of the package, it's kind of like
I wish they were resealable packaging.
Yeah. I can see why they didn't, because the reaction line they're all about that old style packaging and everything like that. But yeah, these are right on the make or break line for me. If it was any more, I think I'd probably pass on them and just accept it.
Yeah, there's some fans who'll pay anything because there's a whole market for repro LJN. Those rubber LJN wrestlers from the 80s. So there's some people doing beautiful reproductions of those things, not just reproductions of the original guys cast from the original molds, because there's no like big company reissuing those. So it's just some fans doing their own recasts and remaking it. And because it's such a small run of one person pouring molten rubber into a mold and making it by hand, not by factory, and hand painting it in some cases, that's expensive. I mean, you're looking at $250, $300 for some of them per piece. And talking about wading into the deep end far from shore, those original toys were they like $10 for one wrestling figure,
something like that.
And now you're looking at $300. I mean, there's inflation over the years, but still, I mean, it's far from what it originally started as. So I'm sure there's Tron fans who would pay $300 for one of these because they would just say, look, this is what I've always dreamed of. It's special to me. It's finite. There's 4 of them for now. And do they hate the price? Yes. Will they get over it? Yes. But yeah, that's for what it is. I think they could have went a little lower on that.
Yeah, if they were $19.99 or even $22.99, I'd feel a lot less guilty about it. Let's put it that way.
It starts to feel a little bit like, are you taking advantage of adults with a lot of disposable income?
Yeah.
Just even $2, knock $2 off that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now.
Yep. $70. Is that a straight reissue of the Tomy?
No, it's definitely not. It's more squat. It looks shorter.
Okay.
And that's one of my problems with it, actually.
Huh.
If it was the proportions of the Tomy one, which is maybe not exactly movie proportions, but it's pretty close. These, I don't even like how they look, honestly.
Hmm.
They look kind of like caricatures of the light cycles. I love the colors. If these had the and unfortunately they chose to, what I would say, do the slightly shifty move of putting the core characters in with these light cycles.
Oh no.
Because
Yeah.
this is
Tron.
Tron, Flynn, and Ram, I think, right?
Yeah. There's Flynn and there's
Yep,
Ram. First
there's
time
Ram.
ever Ram.
Yeah, first
Never
time
got a
ever
Tommy
Ram.
figure.
This is one of those slightly taking the Mickey
Hmm.
kind of pricing to me. That $70 is ridiculous. This should have been like maybe 50, if that.
Is the Metacom one better
The Metacom
in
one, yeah, the
terms of
Metacom
accuracy?
looks well. It's totally accurate. It's
Okay.
100%. And you can tell it's the Tomy one's a little tiny bit more squat, like shorter, in length. And then the if you compare it to the Metacom version, it's slightly longer.
Huh.
So it's I think they got the proportions basically dead on in the Metacom versions.
Also want to mention
These,
Yori. This is I just want to mention
yeah,
first time getting Yori officially.
yeah. And officially, the first time, unless you count the Diamond Select toy, the first time getting the Infiltrator Flynn too, the red Flynn. He came in the Diamond Select Tron, the 7-inch one, came in the Infiltrator version.
Oh, this one right here. Okay.
Yeah, but they never had that in the original line either.
Tron in disguise.
Yeah. Toy Weaver actually did one of Infiltrator, and I think he was technically the first one to do that.
So these at $70, they don't even have the zip line gimmick that the Tomy ones had.
Yeah, this is really tough because we're talking $280 to get a set of these.
I did not expect us to be.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's 3 of them, right? There's not 4. Okay,
3.
So
yeah.
it's $210 to get a set of these.
You know, going into this was the last thing I thought we'd be not enthused about, the Lightcycle sets. But there you go.
Love the figures, and they really needed to do a set of those 3 figures or put those 3 figures on a card. And I would buy the entire set of the figures. It actually kind of makes me mad that this is the only way you can get the core characters.
Yeah.
And with a Lightcycle that it's good. It's not awful. I just the Tomy toy looks a lot better.
And there's a zip line in it.
Yeah. It's this just this sits as exclusionary pricing to me is what I'll say.
Yeah. Action figure set, $120.
That's actually you can get those figures for cheaper even on Amazon still, like for 19, 20 bucks a piece. But that's a cool set. I could see buying a look at that and thinking that was cool.
Who makes these?
That's the Diamond Select toys.
Oh, so it's just the old Diamond Select in an arcade.
And it's got it's like a light up box. And if I'm not mistaken, the box has UV lights in it, like black light, so it makes the figures glow a little bit.
Oh, I should have gotten more pictures of. You can see something going on in there.
Yeah, I think you can see a little bit on Sark that he's glowing a little bit there.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Cool effect. Yeah. I don't really have much use for Diamond Select figures anymore, or even NECA or McFarlane. You know, accuracy over articulation type of figures.
Yeah.
But that's pretty sweet.
It's cool. Yeah, I like the packaging. If I didn't have any of those figures already, I'd be thinking about that if I saw it.
And the price you think is?
It's a lot, but it's not.
You're paying for the box.
Yeah. You're paying about, because you could find the figures probably on eBay or wherever for probably in the neighborhood of about $60-$70 for all 3 of those. So I would say you're paying about double for the cool display. I
really hope that box is resealable. For that price.
It really should
be. You never know these days. That Cody Rhodes figure that I just opened up recently, the one that's made up to look like a retro LJN rubber wrestler. Awesome figure, great. I like to say sentimentality more than nostalgia these days, because that's what it really is.
Yeah.
Sentimental value. And it was glued. Like it looks like it comes in a box, but when you open the box up, the bubble is glued to the back of the card. Like, why did they do this?
Oh, that sucks.
Why didn't they just have it loose in there and tape the box up? It's in a box.
Yeah.
Why is it glued? So I exactoed the bubble as much as I could so that I can slide it back in there. But it just, yeah, for when we're talking that type of price, that better be resealable.
I would agree with that. That's too bad if they didn't do that.
Frisbee, $10.
It's a shame it's got the big logo all over it.
Yeah, it could have been on the inside if you need to put it on there.
Yeah.
They need to put the. I wonder if you can pull that off. Actually,
I don't know. If it didn't have that, if that was like a label, I don't know if that's. I can't tell if that's like a trademark symbol or a label or something. If it didn't have the logo on it and say vintage identity disc, I would be tempted, but I can't tell from this photo.
Can you see the line right there?
Yeah, it looks almost like there's something there, is there?
And there's a line right there too. I wonder if, and there's a little bit of a, I feel like we're studying the Zapruder tapes or something right here. Back and to the left. See, there's a little bit of a discoloration here and a little shine there, and there's no shine anywhere else. I think that's a sticker that can be pulled off.
If that's the case, I'd think about that. Yeah. In fact, it happens to be that when I was looking at through this before, and I just gave it a little quick one through before I sent it to you. I was thinking, you know what? I really wish there was a full-size plastic replica of the original identity discs. I'd buy that very quick. Even if it was like, imagine if the white part of it was like glow in the dark plastic, and then they had the colored stripes on it.
Yeah,
I would buy that in a heartbeat, even if it was like $20 or something like that.
How much?
These are like.
How much do you think if the whole thing glowed in the dark, kind of like the old Tommy?
That'd be cool.
Well, how much would that cost?
I don't know, because I don't think it's any more expensive really, that glow in the dark plastic. And I don't
pigment,
know.
Right?
Maybe. When I was a kid, I had a glow in the dark Frisbee that I bought because it looked a little bit like the identity disc. It was like it was just basically your basic plastic Frisbee shape, and it had I want to say it had a black line around the edges, and then the inside had like a moon symbol on it or something like that. And I specifically bought that because it glowed in the dark because of Tron.
And and the thing about glow in the dark is I've got some toys here in the room that are 40 years plus old. They still glow like the day I bought them, or the day someone else bought them and I bought them, 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But glow in the dark, it lasts.
I did strangely. I did a little Kodama replica sculpture of one of the little tree spirits from one of the Miyazaki films, and I used that glow in the dark spray paint, and it took a lot of coats to get it to glow right, but it does look really good. Yeah. Was
that Hank Miyazaki?
Yeah, Hank. That's the one. He does the Studio Ghibli films.
I remember my film professor mentioning Miyazaki. Is that Hank Miyazaki?
That's
no,
awesome.
You're not funny. You're not a funny person. Light up keychain, $16.99.
It's interesting.
More crap hanging off your
big.
keys.
Yeah.
How's that a keychain? It's a joystick.
Yeah, that's not.
You know what this is right here? I've seen companies do this. It's technically, legally speaking, it's a keychain. This is when they do something just to say, look, it's not a. Remember those Autobot mini-bot keychains that came out some years back, and they were keychains, but it was just reissues of Bumblebee, Cliffjumper, Brawn, Windcharger. I mean, and they had a little loop in the chain on because they're technically keychains. That's some kind of licensing deal thing, so that they're not officially putting out Transformers toys. It's a keychain. So
I remember seeing those keychains. I almost bought those. I remember at the time.
So this is it's like also those great little miniature arcade cabinets that I put one in the flag for the Joes to play on. Technically a keychain, but it's not a keychain. I mean, it's great for Joe's. So this right here, it lights up. I yank that off, clip it off the keychain, and this is, you know, just a nice little decoration of but why isn't it clear though? If you're gonna do the joystick, why isn't it clear? It lights up, which is cool.
Well, this is one of those things where I feel like they just made it to be cheap and missed the boat a little bit, because how cool would it have been to make an actual joystick that was, you know, a USB joystick that you could plug into like a, you know, main box or something like that, and have a replica of the Tron joystick. That I would then be thinking of buying if I saw it. This is like, it's just junk.
You just it's like dollar store stuff for $16.99. You just gave me an idea. So take the build a figure concept, build a cabinet. So you
cool.
You got the sign, the marquee sign. Okay, you got the arcade joystick. You got the little quarter, the quarter return, or the quarter, and you just slowly build your cabinet over the years.
That's awesome. That'd be great.
Coins. I got a few of these. They put these out some years back when Legacy came out. There's like a little, I forget what it was for, maybe some convention or premiere or something, but it was Flynn's Arcade coins. I don't know if anyone else's has had this happen, but they came in a little translucent blue pouch that held the coins, which is disgusting now. It is, it's breaking down. Think of the stickiest old figure you got, the stickiest old Thundercat figure or He-Man figure, and this blue pouch, which only came out about a decade ago, is like 100 times stickier than that. It's like gummy and slimy feeling. I don't know how this happened to this thing this quickly. It wasn't sitting in sunlight or anything, but it's degenerating, and it's made my coins kind of sticky too, which sucks.
That sucks. Yeah. These, I think, like, I love doing little shadow box displays. Like I did one for Goonies, and, you know, with like a replica of the map and the front page of the Astoria Times or whatever it is, a couple of things. I could see doing a little display with like this and like that light up Tron thing, and like maybe the light up quarter slot thing. That would be pretty cool. That would be really neat.
Would you pay $3 for an 80s quarter?
This is reasonable. I wouldn't feel bad about this. Yeah,
it's about what inflation is now.
Yeah.
A quarter then is maybe $3 now.
Yeah, something like that.
They're nice.
I think I still have some Chuck E. Cheese tokens laying around somewhere.
Yeah, that's especially good for people from our generation. I don't think the current generation really gets coins, or even ever has. They might not have ever even seen a coin. It's all
card
or PayPal, or Bitcoin or whatever. Flynn's arcade pin. Okay,
that's
it's
interesting.
Like the magnet, but doesn't light up.
Magnet was more interesting, I think.
And
I think it was about the same price.
Yeah, $15.
Yeah,
that's a little steep for what it is. Life on the Grid Magic Band, $30.
So this is the Disney's ticket system now. When you go in and out of the park, and when you're using your fast passes and everything, is all the bands. You can get a little band and ding it on the thing, and so you kind of, for the full Disney convenience experience, like Carla and her family, when they always all get the magic bands and everything. I think they're kind of a ripoff, but because it's just a little RFD chip in there,
mouse thing on it.
Yeah, and it's literally, and the funny thing is that they have a little internal battery, I think, and they and technically you can reuse them, but they don't last that long. So it's like the battery after a while runs out of them. So every time you go to the park, you know how to pay $30 for one of these passes if you want to be able to just ding your wrist and get in the fast pass lines and all that sort of stuff.
So you wouldn't be able to buy one and come back next year and use it again
with the same one. No.
It would be dead.
At least not the band, maybe, but you have to use the center of it, the little part with the mouse. That's the active part.
Okay.
So I think you basically have to buy a new band, and they're all pretty expensive. They're not super cheap.
Okay.
If I was coming to a park, to one of the parks, and I was like, oh, okay, I wanted the Tron Magic Band. Like last year, I got the Mandalorian Magic Band last time we went to the park about a year ago. Um, I would think about that if I needed a Magic Band. But yeah, they used to send you the Magic Bands for free when you'd buy your park passes. Now you have to buy them.
Oh.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Magic Band Plus, $44.99.
I don't know what makes it plus, but that's a lot. Maybe it lights up or something.
Dark blue instead of black. It has the Tron Lightcycle Run logo on the. Okay. Oh, instead of the mouse, it says Tron.
Oh, well, there you go.
Wow.
Extra.
$45. Okay.
Yeah. Ouch.
Light up jacket. $99.99.
Yeah, that's the male version. I think, right? The same one we saw for the women.
Yep.
Yep, without sleeve cutouts and a regular zipper. Yeah.
That's I mean, the light up is the big gimmick here.
Yeah.
We're not so much looking at fashion as function.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit of a shame that they don't have a place you can hook one of the identity discs things in it.
Yeah, that'd be so cool to put the speaker on that instead of the backpack. Too bad they didn't do, and they might, the other colors, Rinsler, Clue. So I don't know. Are you a pass on that, or?
If I was in the market for something that was a cosplay-esque sort of thing, I would think about that. I actually like, I don't know what it is. It almost looks like a neoprene or something like that. I'm not sure how they're made, but I don't know. It seems, for what it is, I would say it seems to be pretty reasonable. I'd think about it, I guess.
Wish it had a hood.
Yeah. It seems like it needs one, doesn't it?
It'd be cool if the disc was somehow a hood.
Yeah,
the hood could detach.
Zip it.
Yeah, have the hood attached to the back and then detach the disc hood to use as a hood. I don't know. Spitballing here. T-shirt, $30, and another shirt. Is that Rinsler?
I think that's
Rinsler with the blue instead of orange.
Has he got the little Tron markings on him? I can't tell from the.
Just blue player, they say.
Yeah.
We haven't actually seen any Rinsler on anything.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's gone.
Very little Tron, too. Game On t-shirt.
It's all right.
If $45?
Ooh, not for $45.
What does it do?
That part.
What?
Makes the wearer look really good.
The t-shirt, it does nothing. Uprise cold shoulder sweatshirt, $50.
Oh, so that's a hard no. I don't even like that.
That's one of those sports shirts. So that's like, as soon as you get into gym wear, it's like if the stuff will last for years and function right, if it wicks the sweat away, then it actually starts to be more reasonable when you look at some of those prices. Like a compression shirt. For a person who's never worn a compression shirt, you might look at the price of a compression shirt and go, what does it do? Like, it actually does a lot. As someone with shoulder issues, when I wear a compression shirt, it's almost like wearing a sling. It really actually does help a lot. So that's why now when I realize something is workout gear, it's like they've come a long way from the old days of just tank top.
Yeah, indeed.
Pullover sweatshirt, $60.
Nice. The design's a little much for me, but it's a nice looking style. It's pretty enough.
It's Tron. Why are they going with gray?
Yeah. Black would make more sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Unless they're specifically trying to make it look like the old stuff. But
we're over an hour of talking Tron merch here. This is unbelievable.
There's a lot. If anybody who has ever felt like there was a void of Tron merchandise, I don't know that they could say that anymore.
It's on like Tron. Youth hoodie, $45.
If you're a kid, probably love that.
For the kiddies, Black youth t-shirt, $32. Okay. This is Walmart looking stuff to me. I mean, $32. This would be $15 at Walmart.
Yeah, totally.
And we might be seeing this exact stuff at Walmart in a year. You never know. Pullover hoodie.
That's kind of a cool looking hoodie. I don't know that it's a kid's hoodie, isn't it? Oh yeah. This kid is gonna love that.
Is that a disc zipper? Like a pouch? That's a cool idea. Yeah, that's the type of stuff that Tron merch should be taking advantage of.
If there was a hoodie in adult sizes, that same color combo, the blue sleeves and black, and it had just a Tron logo on the front on the chest, that's something I would buy. All the stuff on the back, the enter the grid, all that stuff is a little like, eh.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Enter the grid. Game on ball cap, $30. That's like an old school trucker cap.
Yeah, it's a kid one too. It's a tiny looking cap.
I didn't think I'd ever see a Tron trucker cap.
Now, Loungefly crossbody bag. Carla loves the Loungefly stuff. She collects it. I don't think that's one she'd get. She likes the standard ones,
especially for $40.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Pop socket, $25.
I don't even know what's. Oh, that's the little pop thing for your phone, that hold your phone, right? Is that what that is?
I don't know.
I think you stick that on the back of your phone, right?
Okay, yeah, it says pop grip. So
yeah.
For $25,
I have one of those. They're actually incredibly useful to hold your phone. It's a little thing that pops out.
Yeah, okay.
You can hold them like that, and it makes it really easy to take pictures or take a selfie or whatever.
Do you need one that says Tron?
Not for $25.
like it's a very useful thing. It's like a toaster is very useful. Do you need a toaster for 30% more of the price of a regular toaster that says Tron on it? Like
basically. And I'll just note this was like $199 at a WH Smith.
There you go. So yeah, I mean it's cool, it's functional, but it doesn't need to be Tron merch. No. Unless there's might be a huge Tron fan that's been dreaming of a Tron. Yes, that's my unfinished business. A Tron pop socket.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Grid Patch.
That's what I've been waiting for.
Water bottle.
The water bottle. That's a cool looking water bottle.
Yeah, the translucent really works with the Tron.
Yeah.
Now, if only it lit up somehow.
I think. Wait, imagine? There's screws in the bottom. Wait, translucent blue sky. Is that a battery compartment?
That's
it looks
a good
like
sign.
It. Bottom of the cap. That looks like it lights up to me.
It's got to be.
Yeah. That would look like a button on the bottom, doesn't it?
That right there.
Yeah. I think that's light up.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
Now we're cooking.
That's interesting. That'd be handy at the gym too, because I'm always losing my water bottle at the gym. It's like the gym has like a black rubber mat floor, so all my water bottles are like dark gray or dark or whatever, and I always lay it down. I'm like looking around for whatever.
We were talking before about the Blade Runner umbrellas. That's something really cool that you can do, and especially like if you live in a place with a lot of rain and you do a lot of walks at night, like walk your dog at night, then that's starting to actually make a lot of sense to get a Blade Runner flashlight, lightsaber umbrella.
Yeah.
And that's not obnoxious, right? That's like, ooh, you stand out, and that looks cool. And so this would actually, I think, really stand out and look cool in a gym. Walking around with your, and be, like you said, functional too. You wouldn't forget it on your machine or anything like that. Like it's lit up. How can you forget it? So I think that is a super cool idea for a piece of merch that's kind of like an attention grabber. It's not obnoxious. It's like, where did you get that? What is that? Oh, it's a Tron water bottle, So I really like that idea. And for the price, $30, if it lights up, we're speculating here.
Yeah, that sure looks like it does.
So for, it's more than a typical water bottle, although some of them can go for quite a bit. Those like space age, super insulated, keep your drink cold for 92 hours.
Well, those cool yoga bottles those insulated yoga bottles are everywhere now. If you pay more than $5 for one, you're getting taken advantage of. But something kind of special and different like this is that's interesting.
I think of all the stuff we've seen today, this is the one that I'm most intrigued about, if it actually lights up, because I'm looking for a good new water bottle. I don't drink enough water, so I think a Tron light up water bottle might remind me a little bit more to keep hydrated.
So I drink water constantly, and I love these big plastic cups. I fill them up with ice, and then I fill them with water, and I drink 2 or 3 of them a day at least. And the funny thing is, these cups, these are the little cups from Universal parks that you pay like $20 for, and you fill them up for free all day. And I get my money's worth in that. Let me tell you, I'm filling them up constantly at the park. But this is Carla and I both have one, and this is our second one each.
and the first set we used for like 2 years, and then when we went back to Universal Parks again last year, we got one again. We're like, we used this last cup. This is probably the most value we've ever gotten out of a cup that we got. Yeah, we're still using those cups, both of us.
And we got a Tron mug, 25.
That's kind of cool, but I like the other one better.
What does it do? What?
Nothing.
No light, no color change, heat activation, nothing. Too bad. I mean, you don't see too many clear mugs. Tron could have really benefited from some kind of light up, clear something mug.
That would be cool.
I'm surprised at how little light up Tron merch we've seen today. I mean, they're throwing everything at the wall here, and very little of it lights up.
Well, we had the die-cast vehicle, and then we had a couple like the pin,
the magnet,
the magnet, and we had the jacket. The helmet lights up. Right. So yeah, I think it doesn't even seem like there's a rhyme or reason to it, because it doesn't seem like it's necessarily the more premium items. It's like just kind of, I guess kind of whatever they felt they could put in it.
Light up. Here we go. Light up identity disc photo frame. All right, $30 for a photo frame that lights up. The point of a disc to
like
me,
a clipboard.
Like for me, the disc needs to be empty. The center of it needs to be empty. So I don't know. For anyone who loves this, you do you. But if I were to see a picture in it, I would just think that looks wrong. Why is there something in the middle? Although lighting up is always cool. We were just talking about that. Game on pin, $15. Lightcycle pin.
I would love to know. I've never worked at a studio that did this kind of merchandising like this, but I would love to know if this is all coming out of like the same house, and they produce a brand guide with like sayings and quotes and tone of voice kind of stuff, and graphics, and then just kind of throw it to people and say, okay, come up with some ideas, some products. I'd love to know this process and how they produce all this stuff out at Disney.
There's a Quora pin. We're not seeing too many specific characters. There's a bit of Sam stuff, very little Clue stuff, and a little bit of Quora. So it's usually just generic Tron Cycle, Tron player. So it's interesting to see an actual character. And of course, no likeness rights required here of Olivia Wilde. They just slap a helmet on everyone. And
so I got two. I'd been picking up some of this Tron Legacy stuff after our last call, and I was finding myself missing it. And I thought I really need to have that in my collection. And I picked up 2 Sam Flynn's and 2 Coras with the idea of an extra one to try to customize.
So the Sam Flynn head, you'll probably find it on Marauder Gunrunners.
Oh
wow. I did not know they even made those.
They have so many heads. It's just
wow.
These are all
that's a great. But even the female head, there's some probably good bases there.
Oh, yeah, the core head possibly. So possibly Fritz for Sam. There's a couple of different. This guy Hank for Sam. There's a few different options for Sam Flynn. This one,
there's probably that's not too far off.
Yeah, there's quite a few options there, and I don't know if
that's not too far off, is it?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a Marauder figurehead that would work better. But,
you could do the you could cut the hair a little bit and then do the makeup.
Yeah,
paint her skin a little more white and do the
Just go back to Marauder Gunrunners because there's that's the only option I think for Quora.
Maybe I'll do another Clue too, and do a Clue. Oh, that's not too far off. You could and her helmet or her hair is so helmet-like anyway in the film. Yeah, you could almost sculpt it on.
Oh, you know what? That's not bad either.
Close.
That's really
close. That's a little more Olivia Wilde looking too.
And $2. The indie figure is going to be a little bit more than that. So not bad.
No, not at all.
Some ideas.
That's terrific. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Or still ships to the UK?
Lanyard, because we've seen everything else. You got to have the lanyards. $35 for lanyards with pins.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm feeling exhausted going through this website. I can't imagine what it would feel like going through this store in person, looking at all this Tron stuff and trying to decide. Wow.
Yeah, she must have just been going through this for hours.
Yeah. Pin set, $30.
That's interesting.
It looks translucent. That's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you can't go light up, I say go translucent. This is reminding me of the Tomy original figures. So
that's kind of cool. Yeah,
it's in the spirit of those old Tomy toys. Mystery pin. Oh, I'm an instant no. I can't stand mystery anything. I just don't.
There's some cool ones in there though. I wouldn't mind getting any of those except for the two. No, even the cursor one or the they have the bit, the three states of the bit.
Yes.
And the Lightcycles. The only one I wouldn't want is the one with the logo on it, in the lower right, like the second down on the right. Yeah. It's the only one I'd be bummed if I got.
For $18, I don't.
Oh yeah, that's
I want to
$7.99. $7.99 good.
Another keychain light up this time.
That's a big keychain.
What is it?
So I think it's 3 Lightcycles.
Is it? Oh, it's kind of hard to tell what it is.
Yeah.
Identity disc magnet.
That's interesting.
$15. It looks like an ashtray.
Oh, it's also a bottle opener.
Oh,
it
cool.
does look like an ashtray.
Cool. Yeah.
Aha.
Is that it? Is that the?
I think, and then just the identity series. Yeah.
Nice looking disc if they're selling that. I guess this is the one we saw earlier, the light up remote.
Might be.
Hey, if that's it, when it lights up, it's pretty spectacular looking.
Yeah. So it's a identity chip can reprogram other merchandise such as the interactive identity disc and remote control Lightcycles. Interesting. So it probably picks up the color or something like that.
Is this the USB speaker?
I think it is. That's what it says. The
Holy
interactive
smokes.
Identity disc. That's cool looking.
Beautiful. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, that is cool looking.
Yeah, awesome. Wow, I think that might be a yes for me. Depending on, I mean, in Canada and especially yourself there, in the UK, shipping is a big factor too. So
it really is.
Even if you're a yes on something, if the shipping costs as much as the item, if not more, sometimes that just makes it a no. All right, so that is a ton of Tron news, Tron merch.
Yeah, if ever you were missing Tron merchandise, you're not anymore.
Here you go. So for everyone who's been waiting patiently for anything Tron, there we go. It's I don't know if you'll be hearing from us about Tron anytime soon, because what else could be coming out? But yeah, if more stuff pops up, news, you never know. Definitely want to chat more about that and Uprising. We got to get one of those Uprisings cartoon commentaries in.
Yeah, for sure.
What was the highlight for you today?
That sign, the USB light up sign, as soon as I saw it light up is almost an instant yes. I do like the helmet. The helmet I think would be a cool display piece. I like I think the helmet with absolutely minimal redressing you could make from nice looking to awesome looking. You could do the old pledge wax trick with the windscreen and make it just absolutely flawlessly sparkle.
Right.
I don't know if you can do that with if you knew that with a certain type of plastic. You can use a liquid pledge, and it'll make it look absolutely crystal clear, perfect.
Well, you could do that with canopies then, like old G.I. Joe vehicle canopies.
You can, you can. I like the figures. I just wish all of them came carded and not with Lightcycles that I don't like the look of. Yeah. It's getting a good look at them now in these pictures. Yeah, there's a light up sign. I'm going to be buying one of those from Shop Disney. Yeah, for sure.
There's the light up one.
It's the figures, and I like that mug, the one with the NCOM logo. I almost wish it was just the NCOM logo. That would be an absolute buy for me if I saw it. The other side of it's cool, but I really like the NCOM logo part of it.
If it was black,
Mm-hmm.
and,
Black with that NCOM logo,
and heat activated,
yeah, right.
have it move around as you drink.
Some circuitry pops up. Yeah,
who knows?
Love
maybe,
the figures, don't love the price.
Maybe someone at Disney is listening and they're getting some ideas. You never know.
Yeah, we can hope.
And the figures, for me, it was that water bottle. If it lights up, up for me, then I'm an absolute, definitely, maybe, possibly. Again, like, I'd like to see it. If it lights up, what does it look like when it's lit up? Because if it's just this piddly little nothing, like barely lit up, it's like, oh, come on, it's Tron. It's got to light up a little bit more than that. But that one, yeah, I've been looking for a really good water bottle that I'd drop, a little bit of dough on, more than $5 or $10. So that would be really cool. Just have as a reminder to drink water all day.
Yeah,
groovy.
It appears that it does light up, although I can't. I'm doing searches for it, and I'm seeing light up water bottle.
Oh, is this it?
Yep. I think you probably just found the same picture I did. There's yep, there it is. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. That's enough.
Yeah. It's on.
Yeah.
It's on like Tron. Have you ever seen in your life a light up water bottle? Except for like the search that you just did.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
That's pretty cool. It's very Tron feeling. Very appropriate. Ah, damn.
Here it goes.
I never in my life thought I'd be ordering a water bottle from, a different, way far away. A water bottle has always been something I buy at the local store. So, but I got to have this specific one. I don't know. Now that I've looked at it, maybe there's other light up water bottles. Mine doesn't have to say Tron on it. Just any light up water bottle is a cool idea to me.
I've never really thought about that before, and I just did a search for a light up water bottle, and I'm seeing a few different ones. So I think it's not absolutely unheard of or uncommon. Here's one for $8.99 at it's an eBay one. Yeah. It looks like they're too hard to come by, really. It's kind of cool.
There's one with a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Water bottle, 3D glowing dinosaur LED.
Well, look at that. So, in suggested items for me, which I think is hysterical.
What a quinky dink.
Yeah. Disney Parks 2023 Tron Lightcycle Run Opening Day Light Up Helmet New, $119.
Really?
The Identity Disc speakers going for $109.95 on eBay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a little more than the shop is asking.
It's what it seems like is I was looking at some of the figures on here, and it looks like just about everything is going about double retail.
I might end up not buying a single thing. This has just been fun kind of window shopping or catalog viewing.
Having is often not as fun as wanting.
That's true. It's the thrill of the hunt. So it's been fun. Thanks a lot for joining me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you for having me on again and talking Tron again. You can be assured I will never get tired of that.
My apologies for any more Tron stuff that you end up buying. But we're going to end this right now, and looking forward to taking a look at some of the legacy stuff that you have. Absolutely. All right, folks. Hope you enjoyed this look at some Tron merch. I'm not shilling any of this stuff, just to be clear. It's just interesting looking stuff. It's fun to look at. It's like the old days when we used to look at the consumers distributing catalogs or the Sears catalogs there in the States. So not shilling. Here's something I will shill for. I'm very passionate about shilling for this stuff. Pay your bills. Buy your kids toys. If you don't have kids, buy your nieces and nephew toys. Put some gas in the tank. And that's what I'm shilling for. If anything left over, treat yourself. Have some fun. But that's it for now. And again, thank you very much, Eric. That was a blast.
Thank you very much. Had a great time.
And until next time, Nerdmas Day.
Nerdmas Day.
And a blind.